Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. It's down there. And also, there's a link to my book on Amazon. Listen, I'm going to talk today about that opinionated national press journalist and driver of cars, Jeremy Clarkson. He's got a farm as well, hasn't he? Well, in the Sunday Times, he's put in a little in his column, in his opinion column, that he believes that prison should be for punishment. Doesn't he realise that prison is punishment? You don't go into prison to be punished. You're in prison as punishment. That's the way it works. Of course, Jeremy Clarkson made some ridiculous statements about rat-infested jails and how he thinks that that's what the prisoners deserve, and that getting stabbed with a handmade knife or a shank, he thinks that's what you should expect in prison. You should be terrified in prison, and he doesn't. He made this opinion, this uneducated, moronic opinion, in the Sunday Times, in his column, when he said that he doesn't believe that prisoners can be rehabilitated. He believes that 90% of them are just there as part of their life, and that's what they're going to do, and they're permanently prisoners and they're permanently criminals, and this is about sensible. I mean, you might as well have asked a 10-year-old. He obviously hasn't got the first clue about what he's speaking or what he's writing. So I know he's not watching this, but if you've got any connection to Jeremy Clarkson, tell him from somebody who knows that he is an uneducated pillock. And he wouldn't, believe me, he wouldn't be saying that about prison if it was his brother, his son, his uncle, his father, his grandfather, or indeed himself. He wouldn't be saying that, would he? No. You know why? Because he thinks he's something special. Yeah. He doesn't realise that there but for fortune is any one of us, any single one of us. Listen, when I was in the prison, I've locked up people who were cabinet ministers. The particular individual was John Stonehouse, who was the Postmaster General in the government of Harold Wilson. So we can all fall. The thing is to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back on the straight and narrow. Now, every day that we go out, we are potentially going to commit some kind of an offence. Seriously. Speeding, whatever it is. I mean, it's just happens, doesn't it? And accidents happen, and you may or may not be to blame, but people are not all of them in prison habitual criminals. And the idea that prison is there to punish people is fine. That's the punishment. Not getting knifed while you're in prison, or stuck in a rat-infested hovel, which is some of them. I mean, the reports on many of the prisons now are saying that they're falling to pieces, and a lot of them will have been built in the 1970s and 80s with this rapid concrete thing. So they'll be falling to bits, just like the schools are. There's some idiots out there who get ideas about how to do things and do it on the cheap, which is why, the prisons are recruiting officers that are not suitable for the job. As I previously mentioned on here, back in the 70s, when I was in, the recruitment board said they were recruiting the biggest psychopaths in Britain. In other words, they wanted guys that could go into the prisons in uniform and actually deal with it. Because there are times when you've got to fight fire with fire. You know, and if you've got some big tough guy in there who's throwing his weight around, you know, the Beverly sisters aren't going to answer it, are they? They're not going to be able to deal with it. It's not going up to somebody like that and say, "Oh, would you mind calming down, please? Just go on, piss off, missus." You know, and what they're going to do about it? Well, back in my day, there was something that they did about it. It was called the block, or at Wormwood Scrubs, they would call it the segregation unit. And each wing had certain cells allocated that were kept stripped out. So in the event that there was a kick-off on the landings, you snatched whoever was doing it and slung them in the empty cell. Done that a few times. Anyway, Jeremy Clarkson, keep your opinions to yourself. They're absolutely worthless. They don't mean anything. All you can do is prat about on your stupid half-baked farm, or fanny around with motor cars that you know practically nothing about, I believe. Yeah, so and imagine saying that people should expect to be knifed in prison. Somebody should take him to one side and say, this is encouraging people to commit offences, and we find you guilty, and you can have 7 days in the scrubs. See how you like that, eh? Bang him up with the paraffin lamps. Now it's that time of day, folks. Yes. Oh, and don't forget, I'm getting a new channel. It's called Coffee Break Crime. Should be up this week, I believe. I'll put a link on my broadcasts when it comes out. It looks quite nice, actually. I've seen a rough edit. It looks good. Anyway, I'm going to sing to you now. So unless you're feeling in the mood for something mind damaging, yeah. Anyway, I'll sing for Jeremy Clarkson if he's on. Yeah, this should twist your mind, you big fat bastard. The candy-coloured clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night, just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is alright. I close my eyes and I drift away into that magic world. I want to say a silent prayer as dreamers do, then I'll walk away with dreams and dream of you. In dreams you're mine all of the time, together in dreams. There you are. If you're still around, you asked for it. Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Thank you very much.